Now for a quick Devar Torah. One of the first mitzvot we received, of course, uh, one of the most important ones was uh, the Korban Pesach, the Paschal sacrifice, Paschal offering, and it's very interesting what's going on here. This is between the two last plagues, the plague of darkness and the death of the firstborn. And God says that the Jews should take a lamb, take it to their home, slaughter it, roast it, and eat it, and it's a public thing, and put its blood on their doorposts so that will know which houses are Jewish homes, and he'll know to avoid those homes with the plague of the firstborn. So this is like a very strange thing. What's really going on here? Remember that just as the Makot, or the plagues, were judgment on Egypt and its God, its society, so too were they building the Jewish people up. This is to build the Jewish people up, that remember that when we go free, we're going free as a nation. And there has to be Jewish pride in the fact that we're going free. And we have to be proud that we're Jewish, and we have to be publicly Jewish. And this is the reason why they put the blood in, and that the lamb was a god in Egypt. So you're going to your former master, he's going to come along, he's going to say, "What's my God doing over there in front of your house?" He says, "I'm going to take your God, I'm going to slaughter your God, and then I'm going to eat your God, and then I'm going to advertise that I did this by putting his blood on my doorposts." You know, for a slave, somebody who's just been a slave, this is a major, major thing. And I can only relate it to a story I know. There was a fellow I knew who was a refugee from Austria in the 1930s. And during World War II, he was drafted. And they realized they had a lot of Jews who were from Germany and Austria who had been drafted to the US Army, smart guys. So they put them in a special G2 unit. They were all trained together because they would know how to read German and would know the German slang, etc. So their first day of basic training, an entirely Jewish group from German-speaking areas. The sergeant comes out, and he's a Southerner, probably had not completed high school, and he's dealing with college graduates. Walks up to the most Jewish-looking of the group, and in his southern drawl goes, "You a Jew?" And the fellow who went through this said that they looked at it, these guys looked at it and said, "Oh no, where have we landed?" You know, like, what's going on here? And this fellow said, "Yes, I'm a Jew." He said, "I can't hear you." Made him yell it at the top of his voice. "Yes, Sergeant, I am a Jew, Sergeant." And he says, "And that's how I want you to respond. Someone doesn't like your Jew, that you're a Jew, you kick their ass. And if you don't kick their ass, I'm going to kick yours." In other words, he was filling them up with pride, that they were going against an enemy that would murder them if they had a chance. And he knew what he had to deal with. This fellow said that he was the greatest psychologist he had ever met. But this is what Hashem and Moshe is doing for the Jewish people. They're filling us up with pride. That don't deny you're Jewish. Be proud of it. Wear it with pride. And somebody doesn't like it, that's their problem, not yours. Your duty is to do the mitzvot and to do what Hashem wants us to do, and to do it with Jewish pride. Something to think about.